All right, so welcome to the first lesson on this channel. This is just a basic lick request, I guess, but yeah, so a viewer, his name is Thorn, he wanted me to explain a little lick that I wrote just the other day. And, I was just playing around with some 80s chords and 80s chord progressions. And, yeah, so this is a follow-up to that, so I hope you're gonna get it with this one. First things first, it's a pretty simple lick. It's pretty straightforward. I think the only crucial thing besides the actual notes is the picking. But I will get into that. And yeah, the way I'm going to explain to you is I will contextualize it first, and I'm going to play it a bit more slowly, and then I will go into detail on the individual notes if you need it that way. So we have it in here as well. Okay. So the basic chords are just, it's a B flat minor going to a G sharp major with a B flat in the bass, my bad. And this is just already super 80s, right? Classic 80s chord progression. They've done this a lot back then, and it always works. It's like anytime, any key, I guess. All right, let me just now play it once or twice. One more time. All right. Now, slowly. No, slowly one more time. Okay. Now what's happening here, right? So basically you slide from the 4th fret into the 6th one on the B string. Then you do a roll to the E string. Then you roll back to the B string. Then you hit the 9th fret on the E string. Then you do your first pull off, second pull off, and then you hit your the 9th fret on the B string again. And then with the last upstroke, you play this little double stop. So basically just your ring finger stays the way it already does, and then you also play the root note on the E string. So one more time. Pull off again, 9th fret B string, upstroke, and you finish the double stop. That's the first part, right? Now for the picking, because this is pretty crucial, as I've said before, because that goes back to like the whole 80s, I guess, chorus, treble, like the way they, back in the day, one thing I figured is every time I would listen to like the old field, for example, like Play Deep, is there is so much treble in there. Like if you would listen to that with your headphones on for more than like 3 hours, like you get a fucking, like you get a, I don't know, your ears start to ring, man. There's a lot of treble in there. And the way we can kind of emulate that just by playing is just with harsh upstrokes. Something I did in the original video is just, for example, the sus chords. I did a lot of these things, right? Just upstrokes, and again, super 80s. Then you hit the whammy bar, and it's like, okay, have some slight chorus on. It's like, okay, we get it. So the picking pattern is pretty important, but it's simple. So what you're gonna do is, I hope you can see. Yeah, you can see. All right, you do a down pick, upstroke, down pick, upstroke. Then you do the pull-offs, down pick, upstroke. And with the upstroke, you hit the double stop. Pretty self-explanatory, and it only really works that way, right? Like if you, yeah, you get the point. So it's basically, it starts with a down stroke, and it's just interchangeable. Like it's interchangeable. No, that's not the right word. It's interchanging with the down stroke, right? Down and upstroke. So that's it really. Um, Now for the last part, I think you were only interested in this part, right? This lick. I figured just so you have that in here as well, I'm gonna give to you like the little turnaround part. So that's just you basically you start you go back to this pentatonic position and you do a double stop from the E string and the B string, B string, E string, into the 6th fret. Hit the 6th fret on the G, the 3rd fret on the G, then you slide from the low E, 4th fret into the 6th. You're back where you want to be, right? So I play it a bit more slowly. So that's it, really, right? If you are interested, I don't know. Listen, I don't know how deep you are into music theory or what your level is, I guess. But what you could do, oh, if you're interested, let me rephrase that. So if you're interested, I could give you a short description of my thought pattern. Like when I write something like that or improvise it, what I love doing is I just like to bend or just play around with the minor third. Just to wait. So if this is your minor second, right? This is your minor third. So you can bend into that. So in context, that would be something like this. Very similar. Right? Very simple stuff, but it just works, right? You could also play it like this. Because this is obviously the same note, and so just as a little it's just a trick, right? It's just something you can do. It's not a lot of theory, I guess, but I think it's better if it stays that way, since again I don't know how deep you are into that stuff. So all right, I hope you have fun with this, as I've said before, and see you around. Yeah, see you, bro.